Welcome back to another Algebra 1 lesson. Today we are doing the second half of 6.5. So we are doing 6.5b. If you will join me on page 181, please. 181. First thing to note is our formula. First thing to note is our formula. We talked about this formula yesterday, and that formula is going to help us graph our problems today. So, A in equals A1 times the rate to the exponent value of n minus 1. So make sure that's written at the top of your page. Now, for 10 through 12, I would like you to do what it says and also write an equation. So write the next three terms of the geometric sequence and graph the sequence. So, if you would like to do this in Desmos, you can graph them in Desmos. That is totally fine. But I still need to see your equation. So let's check out how to graph these. You just have numbers here. You don't have x, y. Let's turn this into a table. So your first number is 12. Your first term is 12. Your second term is 6. Your third term is 3. Your fourth term is 3 halves. What would be your fifth term? Well, what's happening each step here? Well, we're multiplying by a half. Multiplying by a half. So each time we're multiplying by a half. So what's half of 3 halves, or what's half of 1 1/2? That would be 0.75, or 3/4. Right, if I multiplied this by 1/2, I would get 3/4. That's 3/4. So I can graph this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll just put my graph right here. And I'll go 1, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1 1/2. 5, 3/4. So there I have my it right there. And so if I were to write an equation, well, I need my first number. My first number is 12. So a to the n equals 12 times my rate, which is 1/2, n minus 1. And I need to write the next three terms. So I got one of them, 2, 3. So what I'll do is, let's put this into my Desmos calculator. So if I have my calculator here, I put 12 times 1/2 to the x minus 1. Oh, actually, I don't need the x minus 1. I'm looking for which term. So if I got my fifth term, this be times 4. 5 minus 1 would be 4. But I'm looking for my sixth term. So I'm going to 6 minus 1, so that would be 5. So if I put a 5 there, then I get 0.375. And then instead of this 5, if I change that to a 6, this would be my seventh term, right? Because it's 7 minus 1 is 6. At 0.1875, which is way down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Way down. Okay. So that's how you do it here. Now, let's say you want to do it on Desmos. So I'm going to take this number 12 and we'll throw it into Desmos. So I'm going to do a table And so my first term is 0.008. So first term, 0.008. And then my second term right here is 0.04. So my second term, 0.04. My third term is 0.2. My fourth term is 1. So there you see we have this growing, starting to grow. So I need to figure out my next 3, which would be 5, 6, and 7. So how do we figure that out? Well, let's come up with an equation for this. So if I want to find the rate of change, if I take this one, 0.04, and I divide it by this one, I'll find my rate of change. Likewise, I could take the 1 and divide it by the 0.2, any of them. So let's just do, just for fun, let's do the harder numbers. 0.04 divided by 0.008. So I have 0.04 divided by 0.008. Look at that, I get 5. So what's this showing? This is showing me is that my rate of change here is times 5. Times 5 times 5. So my equation, a to the n equals a1, which is 0.008, times my rate of change to the n minus 1. There's my equation. I'm going to take that equation, I'm going to put it into my scientific calculator. So I got 0.008 times 5. And let's do our 1, 2, 3, 4, our fifth number. So 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 will be 4. So to the fourth power, and I get 5. So our next number is 5. Let's do our sixth number. 6 minus 1 is 5, and I get 25. And then do our seventh number. 7 minus 1 is 6, so we get 125. So if I take those numbers and I put them over here, I got 5, I got 25, and I got 125. So there's our graph. There's our graph. If you wanted to do them on Desmos and you have this, you can do your problems on Desmos. Just say right here, just put Desmos, and then copy your URL and hand that in with your homework. You still need your next 5, which I could see right here if you put them in here. You also need your equation, which is right here. A to the n equals 0.008 times 5 to the power of n minus 1. Give number 11 a try, see how you do, and let's move on. And if you need help with them, give me a call. Ask me questions. Here we go. Write an equation for the nth term of the geometric sequence, then find the 6th term. So, I hope this makes sense to you. To find our growth, to find our common ratio here, I want to divide this divided by that. So 2187 divided by 6561 equals, and I'll have to do it right here, 2187 divided by 6561, and I get 0.3333333333. Okay, and what that means is that's 1/3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in a table. So I have my x and my y. So So I have 6, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 8, 7, 7, 2, 9, and 2, 4, 3. And that's my first term, that's my second term, that's my third term, and that's my fourth term. Now I know my ratio, my common ratio is 1/3. And just because I like to do it, I'm going to write the ratio right here. And that'll help me do each one of these. So a to the n equals a1, a to the n equals a1, which is 6, 5, 6, 1, times our ratio, which is 1/3, n minus 1. So there's our function. And now we want to find the sixth term. So a to the 6 equals 6, 5, 6, 1 times 1/3 times n, which is 6, minus 1. So it's 6, 5, 6, 1 times 1/3 to the 5th power. And so I'm going to put that in here. Six, 5, 6, 1 times 1/3. And to the 5th power. And I get 27. So 6 be 27. There it is. The sixth term is 27, and there's my equation. Let's go ahead and give 14 a try. It looks like this is going up, multiplying by a -3. Multiplying by -3. So you got 15. That's pretty straightforward. It's multiplied by 5 times 5 times 5. So a to the n equals our first ratio, or our first number, times our ratio, n minus 1. So we get 3 to the 5th, a to the 6th power, or the 6th term, I'm sorry. The 6th term equals 3 times 5, 6 minus 1. 3 times 5 to the 5th power. Please don't do this as 25. That's not 25. That's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So I don't know what that is. So let's go in here and go 3 times 5 to the 5th power. 9375. There you go. A to the 6th, or the 6th term equals 9,375. So there we go. All right. Number 16. It's written in the table already. I like writing the tables vertically, but here's your table. So what's the change ratio? What's our ratio here? Well, let's check by taking 972 divided by 2916, and oh, well, we get another 0.33333, which is 1/3. They seem to like the 1/3s today. So that's our ratio. So a to the n equals, oh, I'm going to let you finish that one. Leo, I can finish it, and then you can do 17. Our first number, 2916, a ratio, n minus 1. So if we want to find the sixth number, a to the 6 equals 2916 times 1/3, 6 minus 1. 2916, 1/3 times 5. To the 5th power, So, oh shoot, I was doing that without you seeing it. I'm sorry. I was doing all this writing right here. So I got 972 divided by 2916 equals 1/3. So that's my ratio, 1/3. So I take my first number, 2916 times 1/3 to the n minus 1. So 2916 times 1/3 to the 5th power. So 2,916 times 1/3 to the 5th power. That equals 12. So the 6th term is 12. Give 17 a try. Let's check out number 18. So you have points here for number 18. So the first thing I would do is I would make a table. Make yourself a table. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1, 2, 2, 6, 3, 18, and 4, 54. There's my table, and let's look, that's times 3, times 3, all right, times 3 all the way down. So a to the n equals a to the 1 times r n minus 1. So our first number is 2, our ratio is 3, n minus 1. So for this one, we're still looking for the 6th term, right? So a to the 6 equals 2 times 3, 6 minus 1. So 2 times 3 to the 5th power. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into my calculator. So we got 2 times 3 to the 5th power. So I get 486. Well, that's way off my chart. So go ahead and do that. 19, do the same thing. Make your xy. Number 20. This is kind of seems like it's all over the place, but watch this. Well, actually, if we write it down, we'll find the geometric sequence. So I have 1, 8. Where's my 2? I have 2, negative 4, 3, 2, 4, negative 1, 5.5. So, what kind of ratio do I have? So I just wrote all these in my table. Let's see, if I take negative 4 divided by 8, what do I get if I do negative 4 divided by, oops, I'm going to put it in parentheses to keep the negative with the 4, negative 4 divided by 8, and I get negative 0.5. So this is time, 0.5 is a half, right? Times negative 1/2. Look at that, times negative 1/2. Times negative 1/2. Times negative 1/2. Look at that. So it is a geometric sequence because it's multiplied by the same, by a common ratio. So I have, for this one, let's get it back up on full screen to see this miracle in action. I have a to the n equals a1 times r n minus 1. So I have a to the n equals 8 times negative 1/2 to n minus 1. Look at that. Beautiful. Math is beautiful. Okay, so finish this one off. tell me what the sixth number in the sequence is. And so you're going to tell me what a to the sixth equals. Okay, finish these off. So not very many. You have 10 through 20, and then you will have a couple problems on your practice worksheet to do, and that'll be it for your homework. Please call me or ask me on Zoom any questions that you might have. Thank you very much.